right, everybody, we're going to try to make a Captain America shield in 3 dimensions. My last video, I made one that was for the Liefeld Captain America drawing, but I'm going to do one that's 3-dimensional, so I'm going to use my shape tools. I'm going to go over here to my ellipse tool, right down here on your left side, and I'm going to make the fill a nice red. And the stroke, 1.22 looks like that's fine with me. Like 1 or 2 points, it's fine. Maybe I'll actually make that 2 points. Let's see. 1 and 1/2 is fine. Okay, I'm going to shift. Got my move tool. I've got my ellipse tool. Hold on, shift and drag it. And that gives me a red fill with a black stroke. Grab my move tool, move it into the center here. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this 2 times. So I want to Command J and then Command J again. Hit that J. You're pushing down the Command key, you hit J twice. Now we have 3 layers over here, the same exact thing. I'm going to turn them off. Well, turn off one. I'll go to the second one, and for this, I'm going to go to my ellipse tool. I'm going to go up to here, and instead of a fill, I'm going to get rid of the fill, and I'm going to make the stroke about that big, and I'll make it white. Now I'm going to hold down the Option key. Once I'm going to grab my move tool again. Hold down the Option key and make this, bring it down right about there. That looks good. Maybe like this. I think I'll make the, go back to my ellipse tool, and I'm going to make this a little bit larger. This stroke. Okay, I like that. Okay, back to my move tool. Hold on the Option key. And get it so that I want this white band and the red band to be about the same on the outside. Okay, so got that. Now the last, I'm going to go back to this other layer, the third one, turn it on, and I'm going to change that, go to my ellipse tool, change the fill to a nice blue, and the stroke can be that 1.5. So grab my move tool, and hold down the Option key and bring it down to about till it looks about the same there as the other stripes. Doesn't have to be perfectly exact or anything. Just eyeball it, release it, and then you got yourself the Captain America shield. Now I'm going to go down here and this far right, just bottom here, and click this little cross thing here. That's going to add another layer. So we're going to add a layer, and we're going to go back to our shape tool again. This time I'm going to pick the polygon tool. And with holding down the shift key, well, actually I think I'll make the fill white, and the stroke is fine, black, 1.5 points. I'm going to hold down the shift key and pull it about there, my polygon tool out. That'll keep it restrained, won't make it funny. Now in my properties palette, I'm going to go down here to this where you see this 100% and the little polygon thing, and I'm going to drag it to the left until I get to be 49%. That'll make it a nice perfect star. Grab my move tool, move it back to the center. It looks like I can enlarge it a little bit by holding the shift key. I actually don't even have to hold the shift key. Just grab the corner, and drag it out. I'm going to use my arrows to get it kind of precise. Okay, so we're almost done with this guy. But if you notice here, in this center, this white shape, I made it a stroke with no fill. So I want to actually stroke this thing, put a stroke around it, I should say. want to stroke it. Okay. So I'm going to go here and double click on that layer. And in my layer styles, I'm going to hit this stroke thing, and it's already got one pixel selected in black. So that's perfect, all set. And now as you can see here, there's a black line now around it, which is perfect. So we've got a nice, perfect Captain America shield. If this is what you wanted, you are done, but let's make it more fun. We're going to take all these layers, select them all. I can get rid of this properties thing. Put it in, go down here where this little folder is. We're going to put them all in a group. So click that. They're all in one group. Now I'm going to duplicate this group by going Command J, and I'm going to turn off that one. And then this one this group that I made, it's got all the layers in it. I'm going to just merge that group. So now I have everything on one layer, which is fine. So now the easiest thing to do here is to make this thing in perspective. So I grab my move tool, I held down the shift and command, this is on a Mac, and I can pull this out like this and pull it out like that on this side. So that's a nice perspective, but I want it to come more coming at you. So I'm going to hold down, got my move tool. Now I'm going to hold on just the shift key and drag it down about like that. I'm going to go shift and command, grab these corners. That'll constrain it. Okay, that's good. Now just the shift key only on here. So okay, then do that. Then we're getting there. I think it's looking cool. Now command shift. Shift command. Whatever, I guess, doesn't matter. Really get into that perspective the way I want it. And that's done. There it is. There's my shield in perspective. Now I'm going to go back to this layer here and Command J it. And I'm going to grab the lower layer and I'm going to hold the shift key down and just raise it. Now it just gives it a little edge. See, it duplicated the layer and I just pulled it down. So we have an edge now. Now I'm going to combine these two. Merge layers. And we've got a cool three-dimensional shield. But we're still not done yet. I want to give it a little bit of a bow. A little bit of a curve to it. So it's not a flat shield. So I'm going to go to Edit up here and down to Transform and Warp. Now I'm going to grab these guys and I'm going to bring them sort of set to the center, right to the point right here, to the point of that star. So try to get them in the center here. You can just eyeball it, doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, once they're connected kind of perfectly in the middle, right where that point is. You want to be equal distance from here to here and here to here. Now I'm going to grab the center of the star and just drag it up a little bit. Like that. That's about as much bow as I want. A nice little bow to it, a little bit of shape, curve to it. And done. There I am. That is done, son. You got your Captain America shield. Now I think I'll do some fun things. I'll create some layers. Go down here to this this little cross thing here and hit maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 layers. I don't know, whatever I might need here. I'm gonna go up to my layers here, shift, hold down and get them all, and then I'm gonna go here and make them into a clipping mask. That means that everything I do on here will only be on the shield. It won't go. So if I wanted to go over it with something, it'll stay on the shield only. So the first one I'm going to do is a multiply layer. And that multiplies everything below it. I mean, everything that you put on, it multiplies it with that layer. So I just want to create a little shine to this shield, a little metallic. There's different ways of doing metallic, and I said I have a video on that. If you're interested, it goes through it, all different types of shine you can put on something like this. That's kind of cool. You just kind of play with it, make it a little bit sharper edge, get a little more shine to it. In the center, I kind of want to keep the white, more white, not so shiny. So I'm taking some of that off. Maybe on this layer, I'll experiment with another multiply layer, and I will try some nice blues. Okay, I'm going to try some nice blues. Maybe a little bit of yellow here in the front. Kind of warm it up a little bit. Okay. That's kind of fun. All right, now I'm going to add some speed lines. I'm going to create another layer. Just go over here and pick some, I'm pick a nice blue here. Give me a brush about like a 14 or something maybe. I'm going to go across and just make some lines holding down the shift key. Okay, now I'm going to take my eraser tool and kind of take the crumminess off those edges. Now I'm going to go get my move tool, and I'm going to move this around any way I want. I hold down the shift key and I can collapse it like this. Take my hold on the control with the move tool, and I can move these any way I want to. Control, and then so I can get some cool speed lines going here. Let me move everything kind of more on a cool angle here. That's done. Go back to these lines and make them something interesting. Play around with them until you get something they like. Something like that. Okay, I'm going to take my eraser tool and kind of just soften these up a little bit. Just gives a little bit of a action-y thing going here. So I like that. There's a pretty good Captain America shield coming at you. The last thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of highlight. So I'm going to create another layer. Go for a full white brush tool. And I don't know, maybe like an 18 brush, and just kind of put little highlights on on these edges. A bigger one here with a bigger edge. Let's pull back and see how that looks. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Now I have like pretty much a three-dimensional shield just using Photoshop. Not very complicated. Pretty simple and pretty easy. And if you're drawing, you can I can grab Shift and select everything. I could put it now into one group. Now I get my move tool and I can move this thing all around. Any which way, any way I want. And that's it. So this is a fun one. Simple. How to make Captain America's shield in 3D, just using Photoshop. I'm sure there's other better ways to do this with other programs and stuff, and actually there is a 3D option on this in Photoshop, but I just wanted to do something quick and easy and show you how something can be done fairly simply, and that's it. So I will like and share this my videos if you enjoy them, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Thanks, bye.